Dave Milford with the Unlimited Business Wisdom Podcast, where business owners share their wisdom. It's short and to the point because we respect people's time and because we know transforming possibility happens fast and it leads to lasting results. So let's get to it. Question number one, in a few sentences, Dave, tell me who you are and what you do.
My name is Dave Sherwin, and I currently own two companies, Dirobi and CCL Supplements, and we are in the health and wellness industry.
Indeed, you are, and I love working with you. It's amazing. Question number two, Dave, what's the best thing that you find about being a business?
Control of my life is the best thing by far. The fact that we're not restricted to someone else's schedule for vacations, for whatever we want to do every day. I mean, it's not even that much of a selfish thing for me, but just that control, like being able to do what I want, when I want, with who I want, that's priceless.
Love it. I love hearing that in the pattern. I'm a pattern guy, and in the pattern of time, I love hearing like freedom, and I get to do what I want, when I want, and however I want, and serving people. Like those have been the most common. I don't think we ever get tired of hearing those things. So thank you for sharing.
It's a beautiful thing.
Question number three. We hear from other business owners, especially in this digital age, in this digital space nowadays, they're getting so much business that sometimes the chaos is causing overwhelm. Tell me your thoughts on that, Dave.
That definitely happened to us when the pandemic first kicked in. We suddenly had levels of inventory. We generally keep levels of inventory for about 90 to 120 days. And we started going through that inventory in a month, like what should have lasted 4 months. And so it was crazy. And I'll tell you what we learned real fast. Most of our competitors did not have 4 months of inventory. And so what happened is we were able to scramble and replenish inventory before we ran out. And it actually became a huge benefit to us that we generally had more inventory on hand. But tell me the question again about the chaos. Exactly what's the...
It's just that sometimes that so much business just causes a little bit of overwhelm, a little bit of chaos, and just sharing your thoughts, which you did. You did a great job. I love it.
Okay, yeah, good enough. I mean, in us, it's all about systems. If something goes wrong, we blame the system. We have a saying in our company: we don't blame the person, we blame the system. Yes, people make mistakes, but generally speaking, if the system is solid, that then imperfect people can run it just fine.
Love it. That's where I love hearing about it. It's like duplicatable, repeatable systems. That's what drives higher business. Love it. Thank you. Question number four. What other successful business owners like yourself, of course, Dave, should be on the Unlimited Wisdom podcast?
I have got a few guys right here in this valley that I get together with on a regular basis and have had this mastermind group for a few years. And Ryan Gardner, I don't know if you heard of the company Bucked Up. He's done an amazing job. He'd be a great guest. And then, and frankly, anyone in that group. So anyone in my mastermind group would be a tremendous guest. I'll hook you up.
Love it. I love it. I love connecting with other business owners. So there's always wins through these calls. So thank you very much. Let's get to the crux of everything. Let's get to some wisdom, Dave. You're so wise. So what piece of wisdom would you share with other business owners?
I would say that the most important thing that we do in our business that we talk about on a regular basis is what we call professional development. You've probably heard the term personal development, which I'm also a big fan of, but professional development is just different in that it is constantly focusing on improving our skills in how we do business. In every area, we want to get better, and we can only do that if we're constantly learning. And so we're constantly as a team getting together, sharing ideas. And the other thing is, don't make it all from you. That's the other lesson I learned. They don't want to hear from you all the time, giving you your nuggets. When you get your employees and your staff to share their best wisdom with the group on how they manage their day, how they do the most important things, how they do this thing that they do really well, And then we share books. We constantly talk about a book to read. So professional development, so that you're constantly improving your business, constantly improving your skills, and that everyone in your organization understands that you're all there to improve and grow together.
Awesome. I love that. Continuous improvement, professional development. I absolutely love that. And you were already talking about masterminds and connecting with other business owners. That's all important stuff. Thank you. That's really good wisdom. I want to take this one notch deeper because I've had some exposure to you and I know the amazing things you're doing in the health industry, health wise. What kind of recommendations or what kind of advice or wisdom would you share with business owners who are, many of us are working too many hours, or we might not be taking care of ourselves? Like, this is your space. Can you share something that would be super fruitful and helpful for the listeners, Dave?
Yeah, it's an illusion. It's a trap. If you wake up in the morning and feel like you have to get to work, that's a concept in your brain called time poverty. And it is the problem. The problem isn't that you have a massive to-do list. That's what everyone has. That's what you'll have on the day that you die, a to-do list that you cannot get through, because that's just how we as humans work. So what you have to do is you actually have to start your day with exercise, meditation, planning your day, reorganizing everything. And as you plan your day and you think through these things and you slow down and do exercise and these important habits, then when you've calmed your mind and you can think through that to-do list that's too big, you can now have the wisdom to go, okay, I can't do all that today. As a matter of fact, I'm probably on someone else's to-do list. So something is going to come at me that I got to do I didn't plan on. So now you got to cut your schedule in half and you got to schedule those things out into the future. And then you have to just say, what's the one thing that if I don't get done today, I'll consider this an unsuccessful day. Then you make that the first thing that you do. And what I found out is if you only get that done, if there's one important thing, we all know what it is. With just a few minutes thought, we all know what's the one most important thing that must happen today, right? If I get a call at noon that my child got in a car accident, am I done with my one most important thing and run to the hospital without worries and put all my attention to them, right? That's a very extreme example, but you get the idea. There's usually less traumatic things that happen. That's my answer to that question. Just take your day back. Do not start your day with email. Do not start your day on social media. Start your day with the most important stuff, which is exercise, working on your physical health. Because if you don't have physical health, then you can't do anything else anyway, sooner or later. And I'm a huge fan of mindfulness and meditation. So a meditation habit, rolling into planning out my day in a reasonable way, making sure I do the number one thing first.
I absolutely love it. I couldn't love that more, honestly. It's so important. And even if we said this like time and time and time again on these podcasts, that would be so important. Starting out your day the way you described is tremendous. Again, I want to take one notch deeper. So let's take what you just shared and then tell me a little bit about, for the people listening who's never heard of your products, Dirobi and CCL offer some amazing products. Give me just a little bit deeper look on what kinds of problems you're solving for your clients and through your supplements, and just tell me a little bit more about that so we can expose the listeners.
Yeah, excellent. Well, there's three pillars to health the way that I see it. And number one is nutrition. And we have to eat right and change our diet. We tend to be carb addicted in this society, too many empty carbs, not enough protein, not enough vegetables. And so getting your nutrition in order, and it doesn't have to be crazy. As a matter of fact, if it's crazy, then don't do it. If someone tells you, you should do this program where you eat 20 grams of carbs a day, just run, just don't do it because it's not sustainable. You're not going to be able to do it. And if you do it, you're going to be that jerk at every party that won't even eat someone's birthday cake, right? So don't go extreme. You don't have to go extreme. So get your diet in order, and then fitness. You got to exercise. And the older you get, you got to move your body every day. Not hard exercise necessarily, but you got to combine flexibility, mobility, strength, endurance, all the elements of health into a plan. I actually exercise 7 days a week. Now, some of those are just an hour walk on a Sunday. That's fine. That's exercise. And some of them are hard. You can see my rowing machine here in the back of the room. I love that thing. Most people don't like a rower. I happen to, for me, it's a very simple way to get a really hard workout. But regardless, whatever makes your heart sing, do some activity and alternate between strength, flexibility, mobility, and all the elements of health. And then supplementation, no matter how well you eat, if we send a hair sample to a lab right now, I'm going to find you're deficient. And what we know you're going to be deficient in, generally speaking, if you're American, you live in, or most first world countries right now, for example, people are deficient in vitamin D and zinc and chromium, minerals. There's mineral deficiencies, even though we're a first world country. So even if you eat really, really pure, you need to supplement to fill in those deficiencies. Again, don't go crazy. Start with a good quality multivitamin and a mineral. And when I say don't go crazy in the supplement arena, what I mean is if I go through someone's supplement cupboard, half the time there's no rhyme or reason to the variety of stuff they have. And I say, well, why are you taking this one? Well, my friend told me it was the bomb. Well, okay, that's cool. But again, simplifying down to the basics. If you can get a basic good nutrition plan, a basic fitness plan, and a basic supplement plan that starts with vitamins and minerals, and get those things in order, you can have tremendous health without doing anything over the top or difficult or unsustainable.
Absolutely love it. Thank you so much. That's some real true value, and I appreciate you diving in and a little bit deeper. Let's switch gears for a moment. So, as entrepreneurs, we talked about freedom a little bit, right? We work to live, not live to work. So, what's the most fun vacation you've ever had? I'm dying to know, dude.
We love to travel, and we've had a lot, but by far the biggest adventure we had is in 2015. On September 8th, we headed to Europe, and we stayed there for 90 days. We started in Scotland, and we worked our way down through England and Wales, London, and we went over to the continent, and we spent time in Germany, Austria, and France. And I've got family in England. We spent quite a bit of time in England, actually. And so that was really great. My aunt is over there. My uncle, who's passed away now, was there, and we had quite a lot of time with them. And it was an amazing experience. We put our kids in online school. We had 3 kids at home at that time, and we put them in online school. And so for about 20 hours a week, we had to have good internet connection, and I would work and they would do school. And other than that 20 hours a week of work and school, we explored Europe, and it was a wonderful, very fulfilling, very amazing family adventure.
That is so amazing. I love hearing that. So you got me beat. I did like 45 days. I'm ready to go back. I don't know about you, but that was a number of years ago. And
We were going to go this year, but COVID, so I really hope we go again next year.
awesome. Dave, I really appreciate you being on. Thanks so much for the investment of your time. What's the website or social media presence that people can find you when they're like, oh, this nutrition stuff and this is fitness and this is good and this really speaks to me. So when they want to get in touch with you after they're hearing this, how can they best get in touch with you?
At Dirobi.com, Dirobi.com, I am a certified fitness nutrition coach, and I love to do free coaching. I've never made money off of my coaching. I have a successful supplement business, which I'm very grateful for, and I've just wanted to support people in that. And so you actually can book a 20-minute free consultation. I'd love to talk to anyone listening. And I've heard everything. Trust me, I've been doing this 11 years, and we've got hundreds of thousands of customers. And I would love to talk to you and share what I can to help you improve whatever your situation is. So book a free consult. I'd be thrilled to do it. And there's that. We have other resources at our website. If you click on the resources page, there's some downloads you can print on the fridge. Some of the principles I talked about quite quickly. Our 7 top principles of health is a PDF you can print and put on your fridge. And if you just follow those 7, that can be really life-changing for people. We're doing a body transformation challenge in January. I don't know when this podcast comes out, and hopefully we'll be doing those on a continuing basis. So You could find information about that at the website as well. And of course, all our products are there if you want to have a look around.
Love it. Thank you very much. And I can attest to to the resources that you're given, the free resources, but the offer that you just made is amazing. Having been connected with you a little bit, Dave, the offer for you to connect with someone in these days and times is just tremendous. So thank you. I appreciate it. This is Brad A. Milford with the Unlimited Business Wisdom Podcast, where owners making five figures, six figures, seven, eight. It's not really about the money. It's about sharing their wisdom and creating impact globally. Thanks for joining us.